The story of the front man is one of survival, betrayal, and moral decay. From his unexpected rise in Squid Game 1 to his deeper descent into darkness in Squid Game 2, Hwang In-ho's journey is a haunting exploration of what it means to sacrifice one's humanity for power and control. Part 1, The Rise of the Front Man, Squid Game 1. A desperate man. Before he became the enigmatic figure behind the games, Hwang In-ho was an ordinary man with extraordinary burdens. A brilliant student and devoted brother to Jun-ho, In-ho had always been a pillar of strength for his family. But life's pressures consumed him after university. Gambling addiction, financial ruin, and growing debts turned his promising life into a nightmare. When the loan sharks finally cornered him, In-ho was left with two choices: face death or call the mysterious number on the card given to him by a well-dressed stranger. Desperation drove him to dial the number. That fateful decision brought him to the Squid Game, where he became one of 456 players vying for a life-changing fortune. A hollow victory. The games were brutal. In-ho's intelligence and cunning helped him survive the early rounds, but the moral cost weighed heavily. He betrayed allies, manipulated weaker players, and made cold, calculated decisions to ensure his survival. When he emerged as the sole winner, holding the grand prize of 45.6 billion Korean wons, it felt like anything but a victory. The faces of those he had betrayed and killed haunted his dreams. Returning to the real world, he found himself unable to reconnect with his humanity. The money could not erase the guilt. The founder's offer. While drowning in despair, In-ho was approached by the mysterious founder of the Squid Game, Il-nam. Il-nam said, "You've seen the world for what it is, a game of survival. The strong thrive, the weak perish. Join me, and you'll find purpose." At first, In-ho resisted. But the founder's words echoed his own dark thoughts. The world was no less cruel than the games, and perhaps, as part of the system, he could make a difference, or so he told himself. Eventually, he accepted the offer to become the front man. In-ho put on the black mask, severing ties with his former self. His role was to enforce the rules of the games, ensure fairness, and maintain order. Though he appeared cold and unfeeling, cracks in his facade began to show as he watched the players struggle, their pain reflecting his own past. The brothers' confrontation. When In-ho's younger brother, Jun-ho, infiltrated the games to investigate the disappearance of the players, it brought In-ho's carefully constructed world crashing down. Jun-ho's determination to uncover the truth forced In-ho to confront his own choices. Their confrontation on the cliffside was a devastating moment. Jun-ho said, "Hyung, it's me. Don't do this. Let's leave together. We can fix this." In-ho said, "There's no going back. You don't understand what I've done." Despite his love for his brother, In-ho saw no way out. He shot Jun-ho, watching him fall into the ocean below. But the act shattered him. Beneath the mask, tears streamed down his face. Part 2, The Descent into Darkness, Squid Game 2. A fractured soul. After Jun-ho's apparent death, In-ho became increasingly detached. Though he continued to oversee the games with precision, his actions grew more ruthless. The guilt of killing his brother lingered, driving him deeper into the role of the front man. He convinced himself that the games were necessary, that they provided a twisted sense of justice in a cruel world. But cracks in his resolve began to widen. Memories of his brother haunted him, especially when new players displayed acts of kindness and selflessness. These moments reminded him of the man he used to be. The rebellion. As the games expanded globally, discontent grew among the workers and even some VIPs. Rumors of rebellion within the system reached In-ho. Players were becoming smarter, alliances stronger, and cracks in the organization more visible. In-ho faced a dilemma. Should he remain loyal to the system that saved him, or should he dismantle it from within? His internal conflict deepened when he discovered that Jun-ho had survived the fall and was quietly gathering evidence against the organization. The final confrontation. In the climactic moments of Squid Game 2, In-ho and Jun-ho faced each other once again. This time, Jun-ho had allies, disgruntled workers and a few players who had uncovered the truth. Jun-ho said, "Hyung, it's not too late. We can end this together. You don't have to be their pawn anymore." In-ho said, "You think this is about loyalty? It's survival, Jun-ho. Without the games, I'm nothing. This mask is all I have left." The confrontation turned physical, with In-ho torn between his duty as the front man and his love for his brother. In a moment of vulnerability, In-ho allowed Jun-ho to escape with critical evidence, sealing his own fate as the game's enforcer. A broken man. As the season ends, In-ho is left alone in his quarters, watching old video recordings of him and Jun-ho as children. His mask lies on the table beside him, but he cannot bring himself to put it on. The founder's words echo in his mind: life is a game. You win, or you lose. But at what cost? For Hwang In-ho, the cost was everything. Themes and legacy. The front man's story is a tragedy, a man who sought survival but lost his humanity along the way. His descent into darkness serves as a mirror to the games themselves, reflecting the moral compromises people make in the pursuit of power, wealth, and survival. In Squid Game 2, his inner conflict and the ultimate confrontation with his brother suggest that redemption is possible, but at a steep price. Whether In-ho can reclaim his humanity or remain a pawn of the system is a question left lingering, much like the haunting games themselves.